Davis Mills of Stanford. And this guy is really intriguing. If you haven't heard of him, I get it, and I understand why. But I'm here to sound the alarm. Wake the hell up if you're sleeping on Davis Mills. Because not only is he going to be drafted in the 2021 NFL draft, he's going to come off the board a lot sooner than many of you think. This is a guy 6'4", 222, and not a lot of starts. But just to give you a little bit of background information on Davis Mills, this was a guy that was highly sought after coming out of high school. This was a guy that was the #1 rated pocket passer coming out of high school. This was a guy that was in the Elite 11 competition with the likes of Tua Tagovailoa, Jake Fromm, Sam Ehlinger, just to name a few. It was a loaded Elite 11, and he was voted the most likely to succeed in the NFL. So that just kind of gives you a sense of what kind of talent Davis Mills has. So this is a guy that you should not overlook, despite the lack of starts and the lack of production over the life of his career. But let's take a look at Davis Mills and his QB card. So let's flip this thing over and take a look at him. And for me, you're talking about a guy here in Davis Mills that's 6'4", 222. So I see a guy with just the perfect type of size you're looking for at the quarterback position. Adequate arm. His arm is, again, like a lot of the guys in this draft, I'm not overly impressed with his arm. It's got plenty of arm strength to get the football wherever it needs to go. His accuracy, short to intermediate, is awesome. And he gets it there in a heartbeat. He understands where the ball is supposed to go. He gets it there, and it's accurate. Gives his guy a chance. I don't know if I saw a better 50-50 ball thrower in this draft than Davis Mills. He's got a receiver, Kyoko, that's going to be drafted this year. That's a big kid that can go up and make plays that he just time and time again found and gave him opportunities on the 50-50 ball, and he went up and got it. And Kyle Trask also throws a lovely 50-50 ball, but Davis Mills was exceptional at that. Extremely catchable ball touch. I just kind of alluded to that. His 50-50 balls are awesome. You know, I love it when quarterbacks give their guy, and they know they got a 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" target. I really like when guys give their receivers opportunities to go up and make a play, and Davis Mills does that. Above average athleticism. So the first thing that stuck out to me when I watched him, and I went back and watched him in 2019 and then watched some 2020 film, is he's got a big bulky knee brace on. And I'm like, ugh. Normally that's a sign that you've probably had some type of knee injury in the past. So you're trying to protect your knee, which is fine. But it also usually tells me you're probably not that great of an athlete. Like, dudes aren't running around with multiple knee braces on or a knee brace on if they're a tremendous athlete a lot of times. If you're an athlete, you don't want that thing weighing you down. You don't want, if you don't have to wear it, you don't wear it. And Davis Mills wearing it was a red flag. Oh, okay, he's not an athlete. But I'm watching this guy on tape, and I'm like, huh, that's interesting. He's getting out of danger in the pocket. There's some elusiveness here too. I mean, he's stepping up, he's stepping back, he's moving sideways, he's jumping laterally, and then he's escaping, and then he's showing off some wheels. And I'm like, okay, Davis, I see you. So, I'm watching this kid and I'm saying, okay, there's something here from an athletic standpoint. He's not a slouch back there. He doesn't have, concrete in his shoes. He can actually move. He's got some pocket toughness. And what I mean by that is he will stand in the pocket and take one to deliver one. If he sees a middle linebacker on a green dog coming free and he knows, man, I'm about to get crushed. But I got one-on-one on the outside and I trust my guy. I'm going to stand in here. I'm going to deliver this rock and I'm going to take this shot. And he'll do that. So he's got that pocket toughness that you like from a guy that's going to stand in there and deliver it down the field. Pro-style quarterback at Stanford, we all know they're going to run the damn football at Stanford, okay? You know what was actually refreshing was seeing them actually spread it out a couple of times and let Davis Mills throw it. But we all know at Stanford, David Shaw is one of the most conservative coaches, not just in college football, but in coaching, period. Okay? So, excuse me, needless to say, you're going to get a boatload of, 13 personnel. We're putting 3 tight ends on the field, and we're going to come out and we're going to tell them, we're running it. Stop us. And off of that, you better be able to fake it and get outside on the boot and find a target. And Davis Mills is able to do that. He can fake it. He can give you a little bit of that action. His fakes are outstanding, sells the fakes well, and it opens up things for him to get the football to his targets. And then process and progress. I talk about this P&P all the time, going through your reads, knowing where to go with the football. He definitely knows where he needs to go, where the ball has to go. Again, I would like to see him get more starts under his belt. He can get even better at that. But for a guy with only 11 career starts, 13 games appeared in over a 4-year career, for him to do some of the things I watched him do on tape, it says to me he's beyond his years in terms of him starting. So that's a good thing. Weakness. He's got quite a few, but a lot of them can be attached to just lack of playing time. Limited starting experience. I mean, only 11 games as a starter, man. That's not even a full college football season for most teams. You play at a Power 5 conference, that's more, they're playing in at least 13 games if you stay healthy. So to only have 11, the man started 5 games in 2020 in an abbreviated season for Stanford and only 8 games the year prior in 2019. He's got a history of knee injuries. Remember, I talked about the knee brace. The reason I talked about the knee brace is because he's had a history of knee injuries. It started in high school. Part of the reason he didn't come in right away in 2017 and compete for the starting job is because he was coming off of knee surgery. And so he was out. He didn't get a chance to compete. Paul Christ ended up winning the job, and so he had to sit. And then he had to wait again for his turn. He ultimately got his turn after an injury to the starter in 2019 and took advantage, and he didn't look back. So he's had some knee injuries throughout his career. He will lock on to targets and predetermine where the football is going to go. Again, I think with more experience playing, some of those things will decrease. You won't see him predetermining, or you won't see him locking on to targets as much. If he plays more and has a better feel for what's going on, I think you'll see that kind of subside. But right now, with only 11 starts under his belt, those are the kind of mistakes guys make in their freshman year or in their sophomore year when you're only 11 starts in. We're talking about a senior quarterback making his 11th start. So you're going to have some of those mistakes. Not as accurate on the move. That's something I would like to see him improve upon, is when he's on the move outside the pocket. I'd like to see him be a little bit more accurate. I think he can improve upon that. For a guy that's as athletic as he can be at times and extend plays, I'm going to need him to be a little bit more accurate than what I saw from him. And again, maybe that comes with more time playing, more experience. But I don't think he's as accurate on the move as you would like him to be outside of the pocket. And finally, inconsistent deep ball accuracy. You'll see a dime here and there, and I'm going to upload a clip at some point, one of my favorite Davis Mills plays, where he does a tremendous job of looking off the safety and delivering a dime over the top, stands in, takes a shot in the pocket. I mean, absolutely gets crushed and delivers a dime for the touchdown. And you're like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Davis. And then times you'll see guys open, got a step, and he just overshoots him. Or it's underthrown. And you're like, come on, man. I need that. Gotta have it. But all in all, this is a guy you probably haven't heard of. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I project him as a mid-round selection. I could see him coming off the board before Jamie Newman. I could see him coming off the board before Kellen Mond. I could see that happening. He's a mid-round quarterback. I wouldn't spend a day 1 or day 2 pick on him, but I would spend a 4th or a 5th round pick on Davis Mills. He's probably going to get selected in the 5th round, more likely than not. But if you spent a 4th round pick on him, I wouldn't have any issues with that whatsoever. I think there's starters upside here with Davis Mills. He ultimately may only be an NFL backup, but I think there's some starter capabilities here. My comp for him is Sam Darnold. I see a lot of those same qualities. I didn't know Sam could run the way that he could run when he was in college at USC because he didn't really run. I can see Davis Mills running like Sam Darnold did on that 46-yard touchdown versus the Denver Broncos on Thursday Night Football this past year. I could see that in Davis Mills. I could see some interceptions, from Davis Mills like I do with Sam Darnold. But I can also see some dimes from Davis Mills like I do Sam Darnold. Similar size, similar attributes, similar arm talent, similar athleticism. I see a lot of Sam Darnold in Davis Mills. So I like this kid, and I think he could be a guy that you take a mid-round pick on, you develop him, and we could see him down the road.
Louie.